Hi guys, we finally are ready to publish another video about the best gemstones of the month. It's going to be the collection which will include more than 1 month actually, and I apologize for the long wait because we were in Afghanistan investigating the local minings with absolutely stunning tourmalines. However, the problem is that the internet connection is very bad there, if there is any internet connection at all. Therefore, we are going to publish the video as soon as possible. Now we are back to the civilization and we are going to put all the materials together and release it as soon as possible, so stay with us. In the meanwhile, let's enjoy some beautiful gemstones which we have collected over the last month. A reminder, it is not an online store, therefore all you need to do is just to look up the number of the gemstone, have a look at the description underneath the video, and you will see the carats, the name of the stone, and how much it is. Then you just need to text me in WhatsApp messages saying that you're interested in that. Very often it happens so that the gemstone is already sold by the time you text me, but that's not a problem because most probably we will be able to find something similar which will suit your budget and personal preferences. So let's go. Number 31 is a Polychrome Sapphire from Madagascar. I call this type of a gemstone an extinct species because basically the mining has been stopped 7 years ago. Therefore you can imagine how fast the price on this type of gemstone growing. And I guess I don't have to mention that the gemstone like that always look very much beautiful and absolutely unique. So wearing something like that on a finger or on your neck, you will know that it's not only a beautiful and absolutely outstanding gemstone, but also a gemstone which will bring you a potential profit in a couple of years. Because again, the price has been growing steadily and very fast, and it doesn't show the sign that it's gonna stop. So also a beautiful option for an investment. Number 32 is also a polychrome gemstone, a tourmaline this time, and I call this combination of hues something like the autumn forest or the Indian summer colors, because you can see a very warm and eye-pleasing orange and peach pink color and a little bit of yellow color, but not too bright, not too overwhelming. The good thing is that that type of a gemstone performs very beautifully in the northern countries, like where it is quite often a gloomy or dark sky. So you don't have to be afraid. The color will not disappear. It will be very vivid and pleasing. And of course, this color is absolutely unisex, so it can suit perfectly well both the female jewelry and the male one. Number 33 is an example of a gemstone from where we are coming back just right now. It's Afghanistan, Tourmaline, and on the market it has got the specific name Lagoon tourmalines, because you can see it has very beautiful combination of the turquoise blue color and a bit of marine green color. You might ask why we haven't heard of Afghanistan tourmalines over the last years. It's just because of the political situations. Afghanistan wasn't experiencing its best time over the last century. However, now they're trying to get back to the market of the gemstones because they have very beautiful deposits of those. And these Lagoon tourmalines is one of the examples. The price on them some time ago started with just basically $10 per carat, then it increased to $100 per carat, and now it is sometimes $1,000 per carat, and it keeps growing because the world loves them. Well, you can see yourself, the color looks absolutely amazing. So the good news that now we have got the contact with the owner of the mining where they get these beautiful tourmalines. So text me if you would like to buy something like that. We will be able to arrange it for you for a much lower price than the market can offer. Number 34 is a tiny zircon from Burma, and you already know that they are famous for their very bright and vivid blue color, almost neon actually. It is a small but very pretty gemstone which will be perfect for the casual style jewelry. I would not bring any kind of extra decorations around that if I was making something with that for myself, because I think this type of a gemstone is beautiful as it is, so any extra elements would be just redundant. But it's of course a matter of taste, so in the end it's totally up to you. Number 35 is a garnet actually, but not just a garnet, it is the Malaya color garnet. And if you saw our posts about the investment gemstones around 1.5 years ago, you know that we have predicted that this gemstone is gonna be very attractive investment, and we were very much right. Nowadays the prices on the market prove us right, no doubt. And those of you who have bought it following my recommendation 1.5 years, I guess you are very thankful for that now. Now it of course costs much more than it used to be 1 year ago or 2 years ago. However, it is still a good choice for investment. The price continues growing, and this gemstone is very popular. So most probably the one you see on the video has been sold already by the time we are speaking. However, we can find more, so just text me in WhatsApp. Number 36 is a very rare color tourmaline from Congo. Some people say that it is from Rwanda, but that's not correct. We haven't been to the minings there yet, just because it is considered to be a very dangerous country to visit. However, after visiting Afghanistan, which was also supposed to be a very dangerous country to visit, I start suspecting that it is a sort of rumors around these kind of countries, just to, keep people away from it for some reason. I must say that this type of the color, if you want it to be a tourmaline, will be not easy to find. It will take some time. Eventually I will find it, but it will take some time for sure. If you want the same color faster, you can consider the option of a spinel in that hue or a garnet, but they will be much more expensive. That's the minus. So you choose time over price, or price over time. Number 37 is another tourmaline, just 4 carats big. A very pretty color which is called on the market a coral color. Basically it's just like pale pink. With this type of color you can play around with the design as much as you want. It can be a cocktail ring. If you add some extra elements, it can be a daily ring or a necklace. It can be a male jewelry. It's totally up to you. It is also quite inexpensive gemstone, so it could be a gift to your teenage daughter, for example, if you're afraid that she might lose it somewhere, so you won't be upset too much if it happens. Number 38 is a beautiful bright pink tourmaline with the hint of orange color, and if you know, that combination of the color is called Padparadscha. Yes, I know that Padparadscha color is usually assigned to the corons. However, it looks very similar, maybe even brighter actually. It costs just 5,900 something for 9 carats big size gemstone, while true Padparadscha Sapphire would cost hundreds of dollars at least for that size and that clear and vivid color. So the question is, are you ready to pay that much just for the brand name, or you are happy to wear the same looking color gemstone which would cost reasonable money, not a fortune like in the case of the actual Padparadscha current. Number 39, again a polychrome sapphire from Madagascar. I have told about this type of a gemstone in the beginning of the video already, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. I will just say that you see that the colors and the hues are very similar, just because basically these two gemstones are two pieces of one big crystal. The problem was that the crystal had the crackle in the middle of it, so we had to split it in two and cut them separately. Number 40 is a mind-blowingly bright green tourmaline from Afghanistan. I have found 2 of those. One I have bought for myself, and the second one I'm offering for you guys. I have seen a lot of green gemstones, and this one is one of the brightest one I have ever had in my hands. And again, unlike Tsavorite, it won't cost you a fortune. It is a very reasonable money for that big stone, so grab it and go while you can. That's what I would say. Now here we go, number 41 to 45. It's all amethysts from Morocco. They look sort of similar to Rwandan one, but basically if we talk scientifically, it's not 100% an amethyst. It's actually quartz with amethysts blended together in one crystal, but they still look very pretty and the pattern is always unique, so it's like a little cosmos in the gemstone. They also cost not too much at all. We have got just this left and maybe a couple of more. They're going to be the new bunch arriving sometime later, but I'm not sure when exactly. So if you like that combination of colors, if you like the patterns, and if you like the price, it's high time to buy it now. Number 46 is a unique and very rare beauty. Probably you have recognized already that it is a star sapphire from Canterbury in Thailand. However, normally they are dark brown, almost black, with a bit of golden lines in them. And sometimes, on a very rare occasion, we encounter this kind of abnormal star sapphire, which produces that beautiful blue color. You may find something like that no more often than maybe once a year if you're lucky enough. And of course, the same like with polychrome sapphires from Madagascar, the mining has been exhausted many years ago. Therefore, all the gemstones which we are buying now, we are buying from someone who have stashed them like 10 years or 15 years ago. So if you ask me to buy a similar one, be ready to wait for a year at least. Number 47 to 51 is going to be all the opals from Ethiopia, and the first three of them are the white opals. Therefore they are untreated, because when they mine them they are naturally milky white color with bright sparkles on the surface, if you're lucky enough actually, because basically I would say relying on how many gemstones we have to look through before we find the suitable one in terms of the quality, only 1% out of all Ethiopian opals can be used in the jewelry. All the rest is just pale pebbles basically, with a little bit of shine on top of it. Again, maybe if you're lucky, but mostly absolutely useless. That's why when you see the Ethiopian opal offered by us, be sure we have gone through thousands of them before we get that quality. The dark Ethiopian opals, they look also amazing and very beautiful. However, I always tell the customers honestly, they are treated. They sometimes are called burned because they are treated with the acid, and therefore they obtain that kind of dark sparkles, dark color at the background instead of the milk white. There is nothing wrong with that. I mean, this treatment is irreversible, so once it looks like that, it's not going to be back to the pale color, or it's not going to lose its shine on sparkles. It will be like that forever. It also doesn't affect the durability of the stone, so don't be afraid of that. Number 52 is the quartz from Brazil with the dimeteorite inclusions. They create this beautiful effect of the frozen forest. That's why sometimes this type of the quartz is also called the forest quartz. It might seem to be big, it's 30 carats, but the idea that the stone is actually not flat, therefore it will perfectly well suit a very pretty and neat necklace. It won't look huge. And for those who just jumped on the board, I will tell that the Brazil quartz is exceptionally good, rare and very valuable as a gemstone. It's not like the usual quartz which you can find anywhere around the house even. You guys loved that type of a gemstone actually, and we have got a lot of orders, and I apologize for the wait, but the issue that we find no more than 1 or 2 decent quartz of that type per month. So the waiting line is quite long. Number 53 is also a quartz, also from Brazil, but as you can see, this one is absolutely unique. Konstantin, the owner of the company, has got the ring in Warhammer style for himself, so we will probably upload the video with that soon. What is interesting about that? As you can see, it has got the rutile inclusions. However, the rutile is in different valence in this gemstone. As a result, we have the mixture of colors. We have got golden rutilized inclusions and silver one and even pinkish one. But what is most important is that we have got a star, like on the star sapphire. That looks amazing. We have got a few more stones like that left, so text me if you would like to have something similar. Number 54 is also a quartz, also from Brazil again, and this specific one we have chosen because of the interesting inner architecture. If you have a look closer, you will see that initially it was what is called a negative crystal, or basically it was an empty space within the stone. It normally happens when historically there are some formation within the crystal and it just dissolves over time, leaving the empty space within it. But in this case, it is even more interesting because on the walls of this inner cave, we can see the pyrite. So that is a very curious phenomenon. We haven't met something like that before. We have got quite a few Brazil quartz with just negative crystals inside or with pyrite inclusions, but nothing like that. Number 55 and 56 are both Tanzanites, and with Tanzanites, as I always say, you have to be careful when you're buying them, because I know how does this gemstone behave itself in the northern hemisphere, meaning that it becomes very dark. That's why when you're choosing it in Tanzania, you have to make sure that the color does not disappear as soon as you bring it out of the sunlight. And that's what we normally do, because we don't want you to get disappointed when you get, instead of bright blue, magnificent ultraviolet stone, something what looks just like a dark pebble. And that happens actually a lot. People come to Tanzania, they see these beautiful bright colors, they say like, wow, that is amazing, I'm getting it. They bring it back home and then the color disappears. The issue that in that area around Kilimanjaro mountain, the sun is the most intensive. Basically because they have got a huge ozone hole in that area. That's why also people from that area has the darkest hue of their skin, and the amount of the ultraviolet penetrating the atmosphere just brighten up the color instantly. I mean the color of the gemstone, of course, in this case already. That is why we have to go through hundreds and hundreds of Tanzanites, which seem nice while you are outside somewhere, but they just lose their sparkle as soon as they bring them in. But you can be sure these guys who have been chosen by us already, they have passed the test. So they will behave no matter what weather is and how much sunlight you have got. Number 57 is a cute tourmaline from Afghanistan. This is not a lagoon color. This is what they call, for some reason, I don't know why, a rice color. That's when you see this beautiful combination of the white and pale green. Having seen thousands of Afghanistan tourmalines recently, I can tell that to get this very clean and beautiful in color tourmaline, you have to go through hundreds and hundreds of them. So this quality is exceptional and rare. Number 58 is a very cute spinel. Normally we don't work with that small size. It's just 2.3 carats, but this Sri Lankan spinel has shown us an exceptional brightness. It has got so many sparkles which just, they're amazing. You cannot see all of that on the video, but you have to trust me. That looks beautiful. It has got very nice pale pinkish purplish hue, which looks absolutely cute. And as I said, the main idea about this one is not the vividness of the color, but the brightness of it. 59 is a tourmaline, and I bought it as soon as I saw it, even though we didn't have the specific order for this gemstone back that time yet. But in this gemstone, everything is absolutely perfect. I like the combination of the yellow and slight green undertone. I like the black dark sparkles hidden underneath. I like the cut, I like the shape, everything is absolutely amazing. Number 60 is a bright blue zircon from Burma, 9 carat. And I strongly believe that zircons of this hue are going to be a very good investment in the very near future, because I guess this color will sell very well. Even nowadays, we started to encounter the examples of the blue zircons from Burma, which are sold for around like $150,000. So if you want to do an investment buy, that's a good option to look into. 61 is another beautiful quartz. The inclusions here are not rutile, it's like the close relative of the rutile, and it's beautiful because it shows the pattern which we call the silk threads, or the silver silk threads. We have got a few stones with that effect available already because we have bought a lot of them. So if you're interested in something like that, just text me. Number 62 is an aquamarine from Madagascar. We made the video specifically when it was raining, so you could see how does the stone behaves when there is no artificial light or bright sunlight. Because again, what happens with the blue stones, a lot of them turn very dark, even black, as soon as there is no sunlight. The brightest example of that is the sapphire of the famous royal blue color. That costs a lot of money, but as soon as the sunlight is gone or the artificial light is gone, this beautiful royal blue becomes just black color. Aquamarine, as you see, behaves very nicely no matter what kind of lightning conditions do you have. It goes into like slightly grayish blue color when it's dark, and if there is a sunlight, it will be showing you a beautiful sky blue color. And ta-da-da, finally 63, 64, 65 is the special guest of today's video. That's the Lagoon tourmalines from Afghanistan. Why it is important to pay attention to these gemstones? Over the last month, the price has grown from a few hundreds of dollars per carat to $1,000 and $1,000+ per carat. And it continues to grow. Why does it happen? Because the famous Paraiba tourmaline brought this type of the color to the market, and the market loved it. So anything what looks even a little bit alike Paraiba hue is going to be expensive, especially now when Paraiba deposits starts to produce less quality materials and less amount of that quality materials. Anything what can be a substitute is going to jump on the board and become a new Paraiba. And Afghanistan tourmalines are on the first position in this waiting list. And they are not going to be in an easy access because Afghanistan is not the country where you can go freely. We are risky guys, that's why we have traveled to the country, we have made the personal contact with the owners of the minings, but not everybody is ready to do that. So just for you to know, the 20 carat tourmaline of the same color, which you see like on the 64 number here, was sold while we were traveling in Afghanistan to the USA buyer for $120,000. So I'm not hyping around that. I'm really saying that if you want to make some money with the gemstone industry, these Afghanistan Lagoon tourmalines are the one which you want to choose. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, don't hesitate and text me directly in WhatsApp. In the meanwhile, take care and goodbye.